I'll congratulate Gardner-Webb. They were down in the first half, and we came out smoking. We were hot. We were doing some great things, and it was two different halves, and you got to give them credit for staying the course. And I really thought that a couple of keys to the game was Jalen Shaw getting in foul trouble was huge because our depth has been minimized, and I thought in the first half that was a factor. But I really think overall, when you look at Gardner-Webb and what they did, they just willed their way through with the boards. Their rebounding just astonished us, and that was really the difference in the game because they were not hitting in the first half. In the second half, you can't say they were really on fire, but they were making more shots. But when they did miss in the second half, they were getting them back, and that was a dagger. That was a dagger. And their defense retched it up, and you got to give them credit. Our team put everything that they had into it. They didn't leave anything on the table, so give Gardner-Webb credit.
Questions for players?
What's so different from the defense from Gardner-Webb in that second half?
Well, I don't. There wasn't anything that they did differently. There was nothing that they did differently. I think that they got more. Once you get confidence and a shot goes in or you start making a run, your energy level just picks up and your will to defend maybe picks up. In the first half, the shots weren't going. Our energy level was where it needs to be. A lot of it had to do with confidence, I think. You just saw two different halves. You saw us in the first half, you saw them in the second half. But then, again, defense, whatever, I go back to those second shots. Those were just backbreakers.
What do you guys feel was missing there for you guys after halftime?
I feel after halftime, we came out and took a couple of quick shots. They got to get the rebound to get on transition and get some early baskets. And, we talked about changing the size of the floor. In the first half, we did it. We had a nice little lead. The second half, we were in a rush. We didn't slow down, and I think that really hurt us.
Amaz, you start really strong tonight. Did they change their approach against you at all?
No, I still feel like they guarded me the same. I guess I got a little cold in the second half and wasn't able to score like I did in the first half, but yeah.
How tough is this for you guys? This is your last Big South game, and I know it's not the way you wanted to go out.
It's definitely not the way we wanted to go out. It's real tough on us. This team has been through a lot. I've never been on a team that's been through as much as this team, and we was strong, and I think we responded good up until this point. And we're just going to take some time off and get ready to see what we got next.
Any other questions for the players?
Guys put up a lot of those tonight.
Well, both teams did. I think if you look at it, both teams put up a lot with regards to it. If it's good in the first half when it's going, it feels good. Again, we were forced to play a lot of small ball with the lineup that we have, and when it's not going, it doesn't look as good. So I think again it goes back to the fact that we just didn't get those rebounds when we needed to. That would have opened up some fast break opportunities, and it's unfortunate.
How close was Badu to being able to go a little bit?
I asked him in the first half, and he says, "Coach, I don't think so." It's just unfortunate.
About the issues with Marcus, the foul issues with him.
Yep.
It seemed like you had to get him in there, and then you had to take him out, and he had to sit for a
Yeah,
while.
well, he and Jalen Shaw were in foul trouble, and we were bouncing around, and I thought Kevin Holmes did a very good job. First year being in here, inexperienced, but I think he did a good job. We missed some power, but he did the best that he could do.
Do you expect to get an invite to a postseason tournament?
Well, I think that we should. I mean, 1/3 of the teams will get some type of invite. I think we put ourselves in position to. When you're in this situation, you now leave it to committees, and I feel good about it. We won't know until Sunday week with regards to it, but You know, I don't have the total answer to that, but I feel confident that we should. I feel confident saying we should get one. Whether we will get one or not, you know, depends on other things. But, you know, now it's in the hands of the NIT, the CIT, and the CBI for us, which is, you know, postseason play is a tremendous opportunity, regardless of what. Everybody wants what we've had the last couple of years, the NCAA tournament. Everybody wants that. There's 4 teams that are going to be chasing that, but I can tell you that when you are a mid-major, going to a postseason tournament is something that every player wants to do, because you want to compete for a championship. I think it's important for your league. I think it's important for your school, for your recruiting, that the more you can get into postseason, the better off you can. And I would certainly like to have the opportunity to maybe get Badu healthy and maybe send the seniors out in a different way, and then be able to build on the future with our team and give them an opportunity to be able to participate. But we won't know that until Sunday night week. But I do feel like we should, and I do feel confident that we will. But I do not hold the answer to that. I do not hold the answer to that.
Is this any tougher, it being the last Big South game and wanting to maybe go out in a different way?
Well, you always want to win. You know, you always want to win, and you know, we're very proud of I've thoroughly enjoyed the Big South. I mean, I've had good relationships, good friends. The competition's been good. And I will say this with regards to our team. I know that when I came into the league, it was all about Winthrop. It was all about Winthrop. There was nothing ever said about Coastal. But I can say that as we leave the league, there's no question that Coastal has been a major factor with regards to being a strong presence in this league. So I'm proud of what we were able to build and do. Proud for our university, proud to have represented the conference. We took Virginia on a stretch. We took Wisconsin for a stretch. We had 2 regular season championships that we didn't get to the NCAA. We won 5 titles in the last 7 years. So I don't know how many other people won 5. The first 2 years were tough. They were tough, I can tell you that. And I can tell you it's tough. It takes you a year or 2. You know, I always said, and I was telling Bob Roller, it's a 6-year process with a Big South program as a rule, because it takes you a year or 2 just to get it going. But you need to be going by that 6th year. And we did it the 3rd, as I recall. I think we won 28 the 3rd year. And from the 3rd year to now, you can say that Coastal's probably been the talk more than Winthrop was, and I'm not saying Winthrop's not going to get back, but it was all about Winthrop. It was all about Winthrop. And I will say this, that I think up until now, and as we close it, I think we left our mark.